And welcome back, episode 4. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jimmy.
And what's going on tonight, Jimmy? I heard you had some good news you heard.
Well, there's actually a Facebook article, and I don't know how real it is, but they said they're supposed to start filming like here pretty soon.
Wow. Is it just The Walking Dead or?
Let me see. I think it's Ozark, The Walking Dead. Let me go down a list. Sorry, I'm not ready.
That's all right.
The Rock's film, Red Noise, and Walking Dead and Ozark. It's the only one they actually listed, but there's a lot more coming behind that one.
Oh yeah. If you're watching, this is our first time on Facebook Live, and if you have any questions or you want to bitch about something about The Walking Dead, just give us a call, 440-276-4670. And you can hit us up on the Facebook chat thing. We're usually on YouTube, and we're trying Facebook for the first time. So if you'd like to chime in, please let us know. Oh, so busy week, and with all the crazy news going on, coronavirus, and what's been going on down there with the filming locations, Noi, and all that fun stuff?
Really nothing, man. Everything's kind of been a ghost town. You do have the occasional people that come through here, but same old, man. It's just, you have the, I guess, same old people coming around. But, I'm hoping, this corona thing kind of breaks up a little bit and influx a whole lot more people in.
Yeah.
But God knows when that's going to happen.
Oh, what's been going on down?
Maybe with the, them actually filming again, that will actually get people coming, though. That'll kind of help out the local economy a lot.
Oh yeah, has it been hurting down there pretty bad since all this?
Yeah, I mean it's reduced us almost to 90%, man. We do have stuff coming in, but it ain't like it was. It's never going to be like it was though. But it went from having tours, pretty good amount of tours before Christmas, to like hardly nothing after January. So I mean it was pretty harsh.
Yeah, are you seeing less and less people from out of state coming to, or are they still venturing down there?
I mean, they trickle in, but it's not like, it's not like anything big. I mean, most of our people right now are coming from Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much where everything's coming from right now. So, it's a weird situation, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Now, from the cast, member of the cast, who would you say who's going to go on to bigger, better things after The Walking Dead ends? Because you have several of the actors go to different shows and stuff like this. Who do you see being like, every TV series have like a really big breakout star, goes on to do other things. Who do you see being the breakout big guy from all this?
Probably you have two of them, really. You have Denai, and also you have the John Barenthal. He is the Punisher.
Yeah.
So Denai through Black Panther, I think it opened up a whole lot more things for her, and I think John, opened up a lot of things for him as far as the Punisher goes. They said they're gonna open that series up to actual movie. So I don't know how Disney plans on making the Punisher any better than he was, and I'm hoping they don't drown him in like being, a little small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
because I think the character is perfect the way it is. And I think anything less than that will mess it up.
Yeah, well, Disney's good at messing up stuff. I mean, they'll do something to it. And what do you guys out there? I know we can't hear Jimmy. Okay, well, we don't know what happened to Jimmy. I can hear Jimmy.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear Joel now. Can we hear anybody?
Testing. Anybody hear me?
Hold on. We're having a technical difficulty. Hold on real quick. We lost Jimmy. Okay, we got Joel now. I have to hold on. We'll fix all this crap. Don't know what happened here. Can we hear Jimmy?
Test 1, 2, 3. Test.
We had him a minute ago. We don't know what happened to him.
I'm here.
I can hear him fine.
Let's see here. I'm going to try to fix it.
What's up, Mr. Joe?
Nothing much. I thought the meeting hadn't started yet. I was just sitting there waiting. I'm like, well, let me click this button, join meeting, and boom, there y'all are already talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're still learning how to use Facebook Live here. Can you hear Jimmy now? Let us know in the comments.
Test. It's Jimmy.
Okay, can we hear him or not? I don't know. But anyways, continue on. We're recording and everything, so you're coming through here. I don't know what the difference is there, but
I don't know. But yeah, I think those two, and I also think Michael Rooker is always going to be what he is. I mean, he was Rowdy Burns, he was Yondu, he was Merle, and he's going to be a whole lot more. I mean, he's been in everything from a cliffhanger all the way up to JFK. So
yeah.
He's been in just about every good movie you want to see. And one of my favorite ones was a movie about the Cowboys. I can't remember the name of it. Joel could probably help me out with that.
Oh, yeah, that's Tombstone.
Tombstone. I love Tombstone.
He played one of the Cowboys, and that turned good at the very end. And
yeah,
I was glad to see that because, like I've mentioned before, I'm a huge Michael Rooker fan.
They're saying they couldn't hear me at all. That's what they're saying.
We're working on it. All right. If not, we'll just go back to YouTube and do it like we always do.
That's okay. It says 3 people on there. I guess me, you, and somebody else.
Yeah. It's just us 3.
All good. Yeah. But as for the future of the show, it's going to happen. It's going to go where it's going to go unless they do something drastic to it, like bring back Andy.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need to do is kind of, I don't know. They're going to have to do something drastic to make it, even freaking Ryan Hurst couldn't save the show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I liked Beta much better than Alpha, but I've liked Ryan Hurst ever since I first was introduced to him in Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah. You didn't like Naked Alpha? I thought you'd love some Naked Alpha.
I don't think even Negan liked Naked Alpha.
I'll be honest with you. You be in the woods that long, anything to do, man. Just close your eyes, put a plastic bag over it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I'm trying to fix this technical difficulty, and hopefully it comes back. I think we lost our only person watching, which is funny, which always happens. One day we will figure this all out and actually have it work. So go ahead, you two. I'm going to work on this. You guys go ahead and talk about whatever the hell works right now.
Let's talk about your favorite subject. What about old Merle? What do you think about him? What do you think's in his future? Michael Rooker.
I don't know. I was kind of sad to see him killed off in Guardians of the Galaxy, but that second movie was craptastic. So,
well, he did a interview talking about AMC as a whole, and he's saying the reason why they got rid of Merle was because they were cheap bastards. That's exactly what he said. Exactly.
That's funny.
Did you watch the episode where they did the ride along with Norman Reedus, where they went from his hometown from Jasper, Alabama, to Sonoya?
No, did not see that.
It's actually very good. They actually give him his hand in the show and everything.
Got
chopped off? Yeah. It's a pretty good episode.
No, I'll have to try and look that one up on video on demand. But
yeah, it's an awesome show, man. Like he rides across the country with just numerous people. I think he did Dave Chappelle one time.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Probably probably your boy Michael Rooker calling.
Yeah, he's calling and say, "Hey, you talking about me?"
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm sorry, I had to pass on Rooker's phone call. He'll call me back.
Yeah, y'all boys.
All right, the audio is fixed. All right, we're good. They say everybody
Right.
can say they can hear you now.
There you go.
Yay! So Jimmy didn't say anything the first 3 minutes of the show, so don't worry about it.
Hey, it's all good. I never do anyway.
Oh yeah, well, if you're a streaming expert out there, please hit us up and help us with this shit because we tried really really hard to figure it out and we still can't figure it out.
Well, they're saying it's working now, so I think we're good to go. Well, they went from his hometown from Jasper, Alabama, to Sonoya.
Oh, now we're
Now
we're just having feedbacks. Okay, now it's working. Okay, yay. Okay.
Yay, there we go.
Oh.
Get a little eggplant salad there, Joel.
Oh, okay. Now we're back on track, and we'll try this again. This is YouTube. It's not YouTube. It's Facebook. Okay. We have 2 viewers. Hi, viewers. If you want to call in, please call in. If not, I guess we'll continue talking on. I know you asked you this probably a couple episodes ago. Where do you see the show going with the next couple of seasons? Do you think they're going to try to just wrap everything up or keep pushing the story and have like one hell of a cliffhanger like most TV shows?
Man, I'll be honest with you. 4 years ago, I could have said that. I got no idea where this truck's rolling. They can roll off a cliff and I wouldn't know. I'll be honest with you. It's I think they are going for the Beta and Negan fight. I think they're going to do that. I think they might rotate it and do Norman Beta fight.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really don't know, and that's what's kind of exciting about it at this point because I don't know what's going on. Nobody else does. Yeah. I was kind of happy the new writer is doing a whole lot better than Gimple was. I think Gimple had ran out of ideas and was just coasting. I think one part of the show, I think we got to season 4 or 5. Well, season 6. Remember that season was only a day long? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I think what had happened was they were rolling through the comics so fast they had to slow the show down to catch up. I think that's what was going on.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yep. So, and now I think they're at an end point because Kirkman killed it off so fast. So they're steaming ahead, but I don't know where the ending's going. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when you have Gimple and the other people who've run the show said that they try to give the TV, that they don't want to go strictly by the comic book because they want to give the comic book fans something new and fresh and keep them on the edge of their seats. And in some cases, I think that's okay. But in other cases, like killing off Carl, I haven't read all the comic books. I'm still like on volume 12, I think. But from what I understand about his role in the comic books, Gimple just ruined the show by killing off Carl.
Oh, yeah, that was Rick's inspiration, man. You killed the only thing he had to live for. So,
yeah.
Besides that, I guess they didn't have a choice but to make Judith the way she was. You know, Judith in the comics died.
Oh,
so I mean, I don't know, man. To me, the mystery kid, I call him, the one that his new son.
Yeah.
I mean, he's mysteriously made. I think Michonne was like, Mother Mary. I don't understand how that baby was born. I don't get
it just
that
popped
shit.
out.
It just popped out. I guess he's like Jesus.
Well, I mean, they did have relations, and that one in the season where Carl lost his eye, you saw them sleeping together and everything. So, and then when Rick disappears, we have I think it's 7-year jump into the future.
Yeah, something like that.
To justify bringing in the character of Judith a bit older, around the age of, I guess, 8 or 9.
They had to roll with something, man, because, I mean, the wheels had fell off the train at that point.
Yeah, and I feel for Chandler Riggs because he had just purchased a house down there in the Sonoy area, but he had, from what I understand, he had requested a little less screen time so he could actually attend college courses. And then Gimple just said, "Okay, fine, we're just going to kill you off." It's just like,
well, it's like I told you, there was a little bit more going on behind the scenes with his dad, then yeah, Daddy kind of messed that up. But it is what it is, man. He still owns that home, as far as I know. I know Rutledge Woods across the street. Rutledge from Speed TV. He sold his home over there, so he no longer lives right there behind Katie Luce. Yeah, he don't live in there anymore. But I think Chandler still owns that one. I'm not sure, though. I don't really keep up with it. They make a good amount of money off it through the Airbnb, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you really can't complain. And I think Chandler's working on something new out in California now. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had heard something it was like a couple months after he had been written off the show. I remember seeing something on either Twitter. Yeah, I think it was Twitter. And I don't remember what it was, but he had something in the works. So hopefully, I know we were talking earlier, I guess before, right as I joined, what we're seeing, who were going to be the big breakout actors. And like Jimmy, you mentioned Denai. And I'd like to see Chandler have something big. So he's just not always known for The Walking Dead. I mean,
I think, I hate to say it. I kind of feel like he will, though. I understand what you're saying. And I also feel like Norman Reedus will always be Daryl to everybody, no matter what. I mean, he could land the biggest role in that, ever, and he still will be Daryl.
Yeah. He's Daryl for life.
I saw him first as the brother in Boondock Saints, so he'll be that first, then Daryl. But close right there. I mean,
I got you.
Now, the most between Andy, Norman, and who do you see the fans go more crazy for? Was it Andy or Norman or Iron E? Really... I'll throw Iron E in there too.
Oh, Iron E. I would think Norman, man. They were always like flocking to him. Secondary would be, of course, you had Andy, and then surprisingly, Josh McDermott had some of the craziest fans ever.
Oh,
Josh did, man. It was really weird. He played Eugene, so I mean, you never know. I mean,
I'd like to know if Josh has any hand in writing the dialogue for Eugene, because whoever does, I want to give kudos to that person, because his dialogue is just so off the wall, dry humor, funny, and just weird phrases, and it's hilarious. It just cracks me up, like his Tennessee top hat and his Kentucky waterfall, and then his scientific explanation using words that I'm having to go to the dictionary. Like, what the heck does this mean?
He's a real comedian. He actually does stand up in Atlanta all the time. I'm pretty sure he had a hand in it. He's really good with it.
Yeah, the first time I heard him, what was that? The hot dog thing he did, or I forget what that was called. That's the first time I ever heard of him, and I was like, yeah, that's that guy from what was that thing he did a pilot for? But that's all I remember him from.
I don't know. The funniest thing he ever did on the show to me, when Rosina and Abraham's getting it on, all you seen was his eyeballs. That shit was hilarious. I was like, oh my God.
he's a peeping Eugene.
Yeah.
Now, what's the weirdest thing you've seen, someone do to, Norman? We've heard the stories of, someone going to his house to get the Porsche signed. We've heard this, that. What's some of the craziest besides you talked about the special package with photos before? What's some of the crazy fan reactions you've seen to Norman?
I've seen people literally fall to their knees crying. You name it. I mean, I've had women that just went crazy. I've keep in mind, we used to go to the rap party all the time, and I've seen Norman pretty messed up drunk. People still come up to him. I remember one night he was coming out the back of Stats, and he couldn't hold himself up, and people were holding him, keeping him up. And one of the guys were like, "Don't take any pictures of him." I'm like, "No." I was like, "I'm not." And Norman, he goes, "Let me sign your shit." And I was like, "Okay." I held it up. He put a fucking check mark on it. He's like, "I got that shit." And I was like, "Okay, dude, whatever."
Yeah, I mean, I'd love. Speaking of Norman being drunk, I'd love to go drinking with him and Michael Rooker. there was kind of an hand chance when my friend and mine were down there with the other Walker Stalkers in Griffin one night, and someone said that Rooker was up at a bar just up around the corner, and I was like, hey, maybe we should go. And we're like, we don't even know where this bar is, so. But that would have been fun. And I remember Herschel. I can't remember the actor's name now. Scott
Wilson.
Scott Wilson. I heard that he loved his alcohol as well.
Yeah, he did, man. We were working with Walker Stalker and a couple other events. He would sit there and drink his scotch and have a cigar. And this is something totally off the wall. But one night during Walker Stalker, the first one, we were all sitting downstairs. You know, Marlene would get pretty drunk, and she walked up to Scott, and Scott was drunk, and they were like talking to each other, and they were all like low pattern speech and everything, and Marlene was like over there about half baked, and Scott looked at me and said, "Get your wife on somewhere." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay," but no, it was always a trip, man.
Oh man, yeah. Some of the stories. I mean, you want to tell a story when we first figured out how to use the scanners and stuff?
Well, I mean, you the one that did it. We just kind of followed. We were sitting down in front of, I think we were in front of the post office down there in Sonoya. We started messing with the signals of the CB radios, and you actually got it to actually tune into the studio.
Yeah.
And we was going through there trying to figure it out. And I don't know what you did, but I'll let you kind of fill in because you know where you were doing with it.
Yeah, what they were doing, they were, what would they call that? Frequency hopping for a while because they wouldn't stay on the same frequency. And then I found out who they were renting the walkie-talkies from, and I found out what ranges that business was allowed to use, and boom, there we went. We had them.
Yeah, we found out everything that was coming up, and episodes and everything from just hearing stuff off the walkie-talkie.
Yeah. Because we'd sit in the parking lot and just listen.
It was very interesting. I think they were talking about when they actually got there, they were going over story time. In other words, they were going over what they were going to do in that episode in their script. That was called story time. You remember we were up there at 12 o'clock midnight one time, and they started playing everything that related to the midnight hour. They were playing Midnight Hour from Billy Idol.
Yeah,
they were playing all kind of stuff. It was crazy.
Oh yeah, and then we actually could listen to them rehearse. Was it that time where Zeta was up in the tower and she supposedly killed 3 people and jumped out of the tower, but it never happened on the show?
Yeah, I mean they did cut a lot of stuff though. I remember I think season 4 when the governor was looking homeless.
Yeah,
he went and got the oxygen tanks for his girlfriend, and when his girlfriend's dad died, remember they actually buried him just a little lot. Well, there was a scene they deleted out. We actually watched where she actually walked up to the gates of that graveyard, shot the walker. The walker fell to the ground. I want to say that walker fell to the ground over 100 times that day.
Oh yeah, over
and over. And the walker gets up, go back over there. They actually tried to run me off from that set that day. They told Noonan Police Department we wasn't allowed on that street. And then the guy actually I was friends with at the high school, he used to do the high school football games with me. He's like, "Look, sir," he's like, "you rented this street. I can't cut off this street. So if you want to see that, you can."
Yeah.
And he basically said, "I'll be respectful and move them back here, but I can't tell them to stay off the street."
Yeah. Yeah. Sonoy cops... what was that time we were walking towards the softball field or the baseball fields? And, and they said we couldn't go down that street. And I was like, yeah, we can. And we kept walking. They didn't do anything. I mean, how many times they do that to us? I mean, countless times.
A lot. But they would, you got to understand though, I would flash my ID and it have Sonoya on it. And they would say, "Okay, you can continue." If you were from out of town, they would literally tell you to get the hell on. And that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah. It's annoying. Cops suck.
Well, I mean, my brother used to own a house right down the street from the Griffin post office. I mean, not even a half a mile. And I know he's wished he had still had that house during all this filming so he could rent it out to actors or staff members or crew members or whatever.
Yeah. And then some people, was it the pudding house? Remember the pudding house?
Yeah.
Yeah. They started doing their own tours there for a little bit, let people come around the backyard, look at where Carl sat on there. That was kind of...
Did they give him pudding?
No pudding, no.
Well, not even to mention the guy that owned the claim house and the guy that owned the pudding house basically did the same thing. They went on there and they took, the claim house, he went to the kitchen and got a knife, right? Carl did.
Yeah.
So what he did was he took the whole kitchen, took it completely apart. I'm talking about everything. Sold every bit of it on eBay.
Oh yeah.
And
Carl did that. Or the owner of the house.
The owner did that. Yeah. So he was hanging off the water returns, the gutters.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
A friend of mine actually owns the gutter. She got Andrew Lincoln to sign it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
and
do you remember what we used to do? We'd take the metal detector out and find the casings from the blanks.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time. And me and Dustin also still does that. Anything new, we noticed. Me and Dustin actually realized they don't shoot blanks anymore.
Well, they don't
at all. No, like they'll do it a little bit and then clean up their mess, and then sell them.
Yeah,
but they don't leave them like they used to.
No, I mean, geez, one day, how much did we find?
We found a shit ton.
Yeah,
I think we found like over 30-something of them.
Yeah, and then their Esco, we found quite a few too.
Yeah, I still have the ones over Esco. They're sitting over here on my windowsill.
Yeah,
I still have the casings. Like, I gave a lot of those away, and I'll be honest with you, Jamie sold a lot of them we found on the property too.
Yeah, people, they wanted them. Remember, it was like, no one wants these, and Jamie's like, no one wants them, and then all of a sudden, everybody wanted them.
I think I sold over 20 to one person. This is a lady that came in the tour one time.
Yeah.
And she's like, did you get these off the ground out there? I said, yeah. I said, we used a metal detector. She's like, I want all of them. I was like, okay. So Jamie sold them to her.
Yeah, and then we found some, remember, what's his name? Stephen Glenn, where he was out in the woods.
Oh, Stephen Yoon, yeah.
Yeah, we found some out there one day, remember? That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what actually made us start doing that was I think it was the Keith Bolt and Dean Suddeth and Cindy actually went out there one day on the side of the road where Josh shot a deuce and a half up. Remember they shot the gas tank?
Yeah.
And they actually found a crap ton of them. Well, I was sitting there in my head, I was like, that couldn't have been all of them. I don't care how many they found. So till this day, I can take a metal detector out there and still find bullets.
Yeah. They're everywhere out there. And didn't we find some nails one time from the governor's, when they burned the governor's building down? We found some of the nails. And
but the next day after they burned the town hall, I went up there, and there was a bunch of us fans out there, and the cop told us, he goes, look, you can have pieces of it. I still have pieces of it upstairs, but he said, you can have some of it. He said, just don't leave a mess. And we're like, okay. So we went up there and started getting little stuff. Well, the next day we went back up there, and evidently somebody tried to get something huge, and they're like, cops are like, we're going to arrest anybody that goes on the property anymore. I don't exactly know what happened, but they stopped letting people up there.
Yeah,
because all that stuff in the the Woodbury shop in the basement down there, they don't move that stuff around now. But the stuff from that Woodbury town hall actually belonged to Keith Bolt, and so did the mirror with Emily Kenny Cutter's cell phone. That actually was Keith's too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you know the hook, the Esco female hook.
Yeah.
The governor put his gun on.
Yeah.
Dustin Baker bought it.
Oh, he's got the hook too. Oh wow.
He bought the hook. Yeah.
Now is that cup of tea still sitting there?
No, actually, people kept stealing it, and we just didn't replace it. Yeah. But Dustin has the remember Rick's house on the first house he had,
Yeah.
where it had the numbers outside. He went up there, and he actually owns one of the numbers to that door too.
Oh, well, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, how about the Walking Dead merchandise now? Like, remember the Farlands, the Pops, and then actual wardrobe, the stuff. Is that starting to decline now, or is people still kind of into it?
It is and it ain't. It is not what it once was. I don't think it'll ever be that again. But people are still trying to get some of it. I mean, it's still worth money. Yes, I think the McFarlane's lost a lot of value.
Yeah.
The Funko Pops, they're still happening. Like the the supply box is actually still coming every month. They put a limited edition Funko Pop in it. 3 months ago, they had Alpha. She was the face, which she had to actually take off her walker mask.
Yeah.
The second one was Dog. They actually had a flock dog.
Oh, I remember
This
that.
month This month they got a Dirty Daryl.
Oh.
So yeah.
Oh, got to get
Everybody
the
likes
Dirty
the
Daryl. Get the Dirty Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah, because McFarlane started with their figures. They kept reissuing. Remember all the different variants of. They had the Grave Digger Daryl. They had the Daryl Biker. Just the same one. They just changed a little bit on it, and that's when.
Well, I felt when I was collecting the Funkos and those, I felt like I was getting overwhelmed. I think that they were rushing too much shit out at one time, and you couldn't keep up with it.
Oh, there was so much stuff too. And then they had variants of the walkers, like the black series of the walkers, this walker, that walker. It was like they weren't coming out with anything new. It was just redoing the same ones over and over for a while.
Joel, I mean, what do you think? What kind of McFarlane would you have wanted as a fan?
I don't know. I have collected Star Wars figures. Friend of mine, I had some back when I was a kid when the original movies came out, and a friend I went to school with back in the 90s, he was collecting them, and he actually had a figure that was at that time valued at like $400, and so there's no telling what it's worth now. I think probably the most expensive Star Wars figure sold at auction for like $6,000, and it was a little Jawa with a plastic cape, which the second run of them, they came out and they had like little cloth robes over them. But they came out and they had the plastic capes like Darth Vader and Ben Kenobi had, those original figures. But that was there weren't very many of those Jawas. So, I mean, I really can't talk much about the McFarlane stuff, but I do have one from the Matrix that I got. It's the scene where Neo and Agent Smith are like frozen in midair in that 360 camera shot in the first movie, where they're in the subway. I don't know. I never got into Spawn, which is where McFarlane, I guess, got his big start and made his money, and then started all these figurines and was able to buy the Mark McGuire 60-second, or it was the 60-second home run ball. I think it was, or did he buy the number 70? I can't remember which one, but he paid like $3 million for that ball. And then just a few years later, Barry Bonds comes out and breaks the record.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Barry Bonds was on that juice more than McGuire was, even though McGuire looked like the Hulk.
I mean, you look at Barry Bonds, not to turn this into another sports show, but back in the early 90s, like when the Braves made their run at the World Series and lost in 91, they had to go through the Pittsburgh Pirates that year and the next year. And Barry Bonds was, I mean, he had the physique of David Justice. He was not a home run hitter. He was a base stealer. But after he saw the chaos and fan fest and fan love that everyone had for Sammy Sosa and McGuire as they were chasing down that record,
Yeah.
It's just something it turned on and says, like, I want to be known for hitting home runs instead of stealing bases.
You know, the Braves almost acquired him in '93.
Yes, they did. Very close.
Yeah, they went after him, yep. And I think Jim Leland's the only reason they didn't.
Yep.
The coach.
They were very close, very close. Imagine him on that team.
Yeah, they would have killed it, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I just want to say, if you were watching us on Facebook Lives, we lost the stream. I don't know why. It won't even hook back up now. So we're just going to upload this to YouTube and Apple Podcasts and all that after we're done. Yeah, we had the same trouble the other night with another podcast. We were going good and just bloop, it died.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder if Facebook's got a limited time set on there.
Yeah, it could be too. We were at 20 minutes, but who knows? But we're gonna.
I don't think so. I've seen Facebook not watch the whole thing, but I've seen them with their timer. They've gone over an hour. So.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we'll get this figured out one day. One day we'll get this all figured out, and before we go back doing taking phone calls and all that, because with another podcast we do, it took forever just to get going live, and then once it got going live, it got worse, then it got good, then it got really bad, and then it got good again. So we're keeping our fingers crossed we can figure this shit out.
Yeah, that's why we're looking for a technical expert who can help us with this on both podcasts.
Yeah, because we're pretty dumb at this.
I am technologically an idiot, so
all right.
I can use computers for some things, but all this stuff, the live streaming, the broadcasting, I'm an idiot.
Now we're getting close to the end here, and it's time we're going to start a new segment called the Crazy Stalker Story with Jimmy. Give us a crazy stalker story.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, because I was going to ask him what the craziest thing he'd ever seen a fan do to try and meet an actor or a cast member. So you don't have to answer that. We can save that for another podcast, but you just go ahead and tell us your funny story or whatever.
I know there was a kid that went in a tree that was trying to watch filming. In Sonoy, we have the train tracks, and you have a bunch of trees over here. Then they used to have the fence line. They didn't took the fence line down now, but they keep the actors inside the fence line. And a kid got up in the tree trying to peer over and see the cast members and fell out and broke both his legs. It wasn't funny to me, but yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. That's the funniest one. I guess not funny, but that's the one of the day, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's called risking your life.
Oh, wow.
Who knew The Walking Dead would actually have a futuristic thing to actually call the coronavirus, right?
Oh, yeah.
You step outside, you risk your life.
No. The walker's got the virus. Oh, no. Oh, I'm a real...
Yep.
Yeah, the walkers get the virus and they go around and spread it to everyone they bite.
Yep, corona.
Oh.
The next door neighbor come out today. He's like they got so many numbers, and I was like, yeah, we're all infected. He didn't get it. I was like, okay.
He's probably looking at you like, what the hell's wrong with that Jimmy guy?
He agreed with me. He's like, that's true. I didn't think about that. I'm like, really, dude?
But if you die, I have to shoot you in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, that's a funny story. Well, we're about out of time here. We've gone almost 45 minutes already. It's hard to believe, even though YouTube screwed us, or Facebook. I'm used to saying YouTube, sorry, but
I'm used to saying YouTube you suck. Now to say Facebook you suck.
Yeah, but I'm gonna figure it out one day and hopefully get a new computer. That we can.
You got to sweet talk. You got to sweet talk the wife a little bit more.
Yeah. But
tell her Jimmy said you deserve a new computer.
Okay, but I hope that probably won't work either, but I'll try.
Well, it's 3-1 vote here that you need to get a new computer. So just tell her that.
Yeah, we need to up our game, and
this is a democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think me and you get a vote in that because they live in a different house. So.
Yeah. Well, one of you better clear your couch because I might be sleeping on it.
You're always welcome to stay down here.
All right. All right. Well, till next time, I'm Kevin.
I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Joel.
How many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed?
I'd like to have a calm discussion on this topic. Do you think we can manage that?
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
We ain't even having this conversation.
Hey, mister, you even know what's going on?
Come down here, let's have that talk.
Hey, you alive in there?
We got a mission too. It's keeping that man alive, getting him to Washington, and saving the whole damn world.